Welcome to part 2 of the tower submission reviews for Ring 6 of SMToH. There are a total of 21 towers to review, and I played 13 of them in part 1, and today I'll review the remaining 8. As in part 1, some of these were live streamed and some were recorded separately. I had also played each tower previously and took notes on the comments I wanted to give in the review, so none of what you're about to watch was my first time playing each tower. Everyone who submitted a tower has been given the builder role in the Discord, link in the description, and you should refer to the message and announcements for information on submitting the final version of your tower. The final submission due date is Saturday, July 5th, 2025. For those interested in submitting a tower for a future SMToH area, join the Discord. We'll start with Tower of Noobtastic by Taser Devs and OKOs. This is intense difficulty and was actually the first tower submitted for Ring 6. Hey, thanks for the 20,000 Vietnamese dongs. I appreciate that. That is about 76 cents USD. Hi, Roro. I will heart that. There we go. This was by Taser and Dragon, who were the same builders of Tower of Creamsicle and Tower of Berry Blast in Ring 5. You'll notice the noob coloration. Yeah, the design is good. I like this. You'll also quickly notice it's mixed progression. And like I said, they revamped this, or like updated it, so I guess it's good. I have played this week. 15 seconds, it opens that door, by the way. And or you press that like second button. Yeah, it activates these, and then within that time, I think you're... Why am I still hitting that? You gotta do that, and then get to here. Okay, there, that gives me a very short amount of time. I think it just opens that so I can get launched through. Alright. And we go out here. This is safety netted. Okay, it's a teleporter. So, cool. I guess down here, maybe. Yeah. What? Oh, go down here to open that for a few seconds. Then do that conveyor jump. And what if I just don't do the truss flick because I don't want to? Or ladder flick, I mean. Boing. Oh, don't do that. There's a net, though, so okay. Cool. And be careful there of that thing. Wait, no, that's what you're supposed to do. Then you got this part. It is netted. Just make sure you don't die to the kill brick floor. There's a button. It disappeared. Okay, so they're not timed buttons. Just press them all in any order, I would assume. And when each one starts glowing, you know you've done it right. And that will take you down here. All right. Can't go outside. Well, you can, but there's nothing out there. Kind of an anti-soft lock, I guess, I think. We'll see shortly, because there's like a button timer thingy. You go around onto there, press that button, and then you have 30 seconds to do something. I think it's like reaching the end of this part with like an outside included as well. Yeah, now you go out here, and should you run out of time on this outside, it's okay because you just gotta, like, there's that door down at the bottom. Okay, I guess you gotta get through there within the time limit. Once you're to there, you can disregard the timers, I think. Not 100% sure of that just yet. It looks like it though. Head back to the dropper. Yeah, okay, so once you press that, you can just go here and back inside. Now you can jump down here, and this will take you to the final floor. Get the vine and then go to the elevator, and boom, bada bang, you're at the top of the platform. And also, haha, I wasted your time reading this. You do get insta-killed if you run out of time. Oh, that's what you do. Wait, there we go. Nope. I think you can dismount the vine swing after that. If you do it right. You do get a lot of time, but you're probably going to fail the spinning part after this, which is netted with a teleporter, but it does quickly drain your time if you fail it a couple times. Yeah, there. Alright. We'll see if I have enough time to do this. This is low jump. Go sideways along there so that you can get across the gap, and then carefully do that jump. If you go slow, you should be okay. It's mostly the last jump that's hard. Then we have some spinnerception here. Wait for it to come over here. Maybe hold W as well, faced into the center of this. The elevator launches you. Time your jump. Right, you want to launch yourself at the wind pad properly, which I did not do, but I didn't fall. There we go. That's the wind pad, by the way. And also, you can see there's that. Okay, so I did have enough time, but had I failed that last jump, which it's quite easy to do, well, that would be the end. I like the mixed progression. The design from a distance is good with the noob colors. The use of button timers on floor 5 through 7. These ones is good. The first 3 floors could use some arrows to indicate where to go, especially because of the button timers. And the spinning section at the end is a huge difficulty spike, so I think nerf it by slowing it down. I think I just kind of fluked it that time. Yeah, I think definitely slow that down by like 10 to 20% maybe. Next up is Tower of Bluescreen, also intense difficulty. This tower was built by Miko Lodge Misturzum. So the faces you see on this side, I guess are supposed to be like the blue screen of death. Even though that's a sad face, but, you know, whatever. And this one is actually fully purist. I think it's the only Ring 6 submission like that. We have several close to or mostly purist. This one has no client objects, not even lighting changers or anything. I might have to add like a folder called client-sided objects anyway, like, and it just be empty, because I don't know if it would break everything if I didn't. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Kind of follow these blue wedges. They sort of indicate where to go. Here you'll notice it says /e dance, indicating you /e dance to get through here. That was actually my suggestion, was to add that, because there's actually like a re-record of playing through this, because in the stream there was a whole bunch of background noise and I was really tired and nothing I was saying was making any sense. Kinda like now. Note, restart floors are focused on glitches, so it would be good to know a few. And I think all of them you do /e dance to get into. There will be like wall hops and stuff. Now I know probably most people would say wall hops on an intense tower, and probably most of the glitches seen on these floors, but honestly, I think you have fit them well into an intense difficulty tower. So, like, you know, where you have the wall hops like we saw over there, where they're about as simple as you can get. Oh, also, this is a flip block. And if nothing else, just spam greater than less than keys. I could see that being on an intense tower. Maybe make them be like one stud thingies instead of like 3 studs. Kind of makes it a little bit easier. Since you want it to be about as easy of a wall hop as you can get for being on intense, then, you know, it might be a good idea. There's also kind of multiple routes you can take at times. Not much, but, you know, there's like parts you could jump to, like down there, that just don't lead anywhere. So it does involve a good balance of looking around to figure out where to go. Okay, so you don't dance clip into all of these floors, but I guess it's some glitch to get into each one. Maybe that's my next guess. You'd think I would know this because I played it 2 times already, but okay, here you're gonna dance clip. You can't put your camera through here, which is a little annoying. Maybe make it more transparent, but if you use shift lock you can. You're gonna want to do a dance clip jump onto here while avoiding this. So just kind of go at an angle like that. Another wall hop there, maybe add a couple more parts to make it less difficult, but really it doesn't affect much, honestly. And by the way, falling here does indeed send you all the way back down there, I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay. And here, another wall hop. Is that intense difficulty? Well, there's a safety net, so I'll allow it. And we're on the final one of these blue floors, and then there's just one more restart floor after that. Nope, there's not a glitch to get through all of these. I was wrong. I mean, unless you want to count this high jump and then the dance clip I'm about to do. 12 studs. That can't be right. Oh, wait, I do that as wall hop. Most of the glitches you see on these floors, like that aren't over the safety net, are ladder walks, ladder flicks, which probably most people wouldn't even consider a glitch, but if you do, then they are the easiest glitch to perform. So good idea putting the sort of unsafety netted glitches as ladder thingies. One more jump and you're good. There's the wind pad. I feel like this is a good test of like your skills at glitching while still accurately being intense difficulty. I feel like some people would disagree with that, but in my opinion, I think you did a good job matching the intended difficulty. And as I said, it was a suggestion I gave to indicate that. You've added that now. A new one I thought of as I played it this time around was make the dance clip walls slightly more transparent so that you can look through them without needing shift lock, because it's just kind of annoying to have to do that. In part 1, I played Tower of Absolute Acceleration, submitted as Insane or Extreme. Now it's time to play the other soul-crushing, Tower of Peppermint by Train to Train. Alright, so this one, they submitted as Remorseless or Insane. In my opinion, it is insane, but it's also pretty long, and it's definitely about to be about 10 minutes of skill issue. Probably more, honestly. Tower name is Tower of Peppermint, but it's like 2 words like that. Not really sure why. Usually it's a compound word, but whatever. Okay, yeah, you will notice this is very festive. Perfect for a hot day in June, isn't it? Cata jump. I don't think you have to do that. You go on this side. Yeah. Beam. Okay. Thank you for that. Indicating you go around to here, not directly onto the X pusher like I thought for a second. Then we have this outside part. Push the X pusher. All the signs, they have like the white and red text like that. It's not so bad on this sign, but on many of them, it'll be hard to see the color that is the same color as the part behind it. So I think you should add like, make the background transparency like 0 and make the background color like black would pretty much solve that. Right, and then this is like, you know, one of these, well, I made it that far without falling at least. This is one of those like, one of these thingies where the X pusher does that. And you like jump across the platforms, but it has like 2 points that you push it from, the other one being that one. Okay, then you need to jump to there and it will activate that for 10 seconds, and then you go over here. Then you gotta quickly go up to here. Once you, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, indication on that part isn't great. If you give like 30 seconds, even though that's way more than you need if you know where to go, that would probably be good. That or added like button activated arrows, or I mean probably a beam would just be better. Oh, apparently you don't have to jump to there. I don't know if you can really do a button activated beam. Maybe you can. I've never tried it. I don't know. Okay, anyways, beat block time. The outline looks nice and also helps you figure out where to go. You want to get to there within, well, It's not really a time limit, is it? Yeah, timing that is probably, like, just jumping straight to that one is probably the best thing to do. It's not exactly easy to time, but yeah, and then it's hard to see where the next platform is. Maybe if you jump like, okay, if you do it like that, that's better. Yeah. All right. Outside, spinning outside. Several of the Ring 6 submissions had like spinning sections like this. This one's a bit slower, so it's more manageable, which is nice. What? How am I supposed to do that in 15 seconds? It seems way too hard. I guess you just gotta go fast. Yeah, no, that's definitely possible. Not particularly sight readable though. So again, maybe just give a bit more time for that reason. Not sure how I just got flung off of there. That's why I say go slow on X pushers unless you know you're fine to stay on them, which apparently weren't on that one. Now we want to follow this beam, I guess, over to here and over to here. I don't jump down there. We were there earlier. Do I jump up there? No, that takes me down here, right? These, like, chain-looking things show you where the teleporter sends you. So, yeah, you can't, like, stand on these because they will cause you to lose progress. Yeah, I do jump to there, and then down here, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, see what I mean? It's, like, hard to see that. Smooth outlines fade. Wrap around. And another X pusher. Let me just go slow. That one would be fine, though. It would not fling me off, probably. And another X pusher. I'm just gonna go really fast and hope nothing goes wrong. Survive the kill bricks. Yeah, jumping towards the center kind of works. Or just holding. Yeah, I didn't take that much damage. If you just hold space, you'll probably be fine. Alright, and we have reached the halfway point. Oh, maybe not. Now we're at the halfway point. There's also a full safety net. Not on the outsides, though. Also, you can high jump there, but I guess the intended thing is to do that. No, the intended thing is to jump down there. Okay, timing. Wow, that spins very fast, actually. There we go. 9th time's the charm, apparently. With that pressed, do I... No, I don't just jump down and go back, because I don't even hit the teleporter. Oh, vine swing, okay. And then you go like this, and then that. I see. Okay. I think some indication on that part would be nice. You know, where to go to that teleporter and also that you're supposed to get on the vine swing. Watch out for the shover. Yeah, it's best to, when it's over here on this side, to run across instead of trying to on there. That's like a lot less time on that side. So, yeah, you do get a lot of time on this one, I think, based on what I just saw. Oh, okay. Alright, make sure you keep the shover in mind as you do this thing. There's an X pusher with just about every obstacle in your way, so go very slow. Okay, and then this part, very difficult. If you fall here, you go back to here. Okay, so you lose like one jump of progress. Yeah, but like that jump specifically is like impossible. Although I guess that's why there's a free net. Probably nerf it, I think. Yeah, you kind of have to just turn your camera, but it spins so fast it's like hard to, especially on low camera sensitivity. This part's pretty cool. Just as you do the gameplay, since it's all on this big hanging part, it like kind of starts swinging everywhere, but you can reset it by pressing that button. Oh yeah, you can apparently press that again. You get like multiple opportunities to like realign it, because there are several of those buttons. So probably keep the swinging to a minimum, or try to. That jump's pretty annoying, but it's safety netted, so I guess it's okay. Can't remember what I found to be most consistent. To do that, or to like wrap outside. Probably wrap outside, I think is best. Back to over here, and we're back sort of to the main tower. Spinners, just make sure they don't like fling you off. They'll slowly try to do that, so keep an eye on that as you look around and try to time the jump. Okay, the fact that that's like flinging me off unpredictably makes that feel very RNG. Maybe slow that down just a little bit. Over here. What is the point of that part? I don't think there isn't. Wait, okay, it was because I jumped to it before. Okay, so I don't jump to there. Maybe put a beam or arrow on this part. Quite annoying to time that. There. Okay. Roro, if I could grab a slot already in Ring 8, I could get one of the intense slots. I'm going to tell you what I've told everyone else trying to claim a spot for Ring 8, which is okay, but it's on you to remember it, because I will 100% forget, because I am not thinking about Ring 8 right now. But I will soon, I guess, after I get Ring 6 done. Okay, timing. There we go. Yeah, actually, OBS being stupid and not putting Discord in streamer mode, it actually is kind of nice. If I just turn my computer volume off, because I don't need it anyway, then I can see, like, it appear, like, right here on my Roblox screen. You guys can't see that, but I can, so I kind of see that sort of another stream chat, sort of. This final stretch is crazy. It's, like, 3 minutes long. Right, yeah, we get Tower of Bent Trauma moment. Also, it's worth noting the wind pad is right there. It's easy to miss in its own place, as we are now. But in the main game, it will have like the confetti particles. That will be important for the final jump, to know where the wind pad is. So it's good that you will be able to see it, even if not here. Yeah, so there is like a crazy long final stretch. It's, well, 3 minutes, I guess, if that's to go by. Okay, another spinny part incoming. The gameplay on this final stretch is fun, though. It's like a little bit easier, I think. Long rope, do not dismount. Right, so it's kind of a no jump, sort of. I think if... Great. Okay, just fall out of the elevator. Some indication that those are elevators. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out, but wouldn't hurt to just say outline zones or elevators or something. Right, and then that's why you need the vine, so you can do that. Then if you remember earlier, it said white outlines are fading parts. Boing. Oh, that was an underwhelming bounce. All right, be careful here, because some of these go downward. Maybe color coding them would be nice. Like green is up, red is down, or something like that. Tobbed moment. Tight ropes are not collidable, so don't try to jump to those. I think we're nearing the end. Yeah, we got like this last little bit here and then the final jump. And the final jump. Right, so you will probably remember in-game from earlier that the wind pad was down there. Like I said, it's easy to miss here, but it'll have the confetti and stuff, so it will be easier to see in-game. If you go like this to align yourself on that axis and then pretty much just hope you land on it, it's not as hard as it looks, but if you miss the jump, then you have to redo the whole final stretch. A quick recap of the places I think need indication. The beams in this tower for indication were in general very good. Like, you can see there are a lot. This X pusher, I would say add a sign right before it that says something like, do this carefully and still be aware of the shover. Some arrows to go along with the timed button at floor 1 would be good. Just make like some arrows that are button activated parts, indicating you go up that way and up to here. That plus probably just give a bit more time. Add a beam showing where to jump to floor 5 outside. And indication, probably button activated arrows for what to do after the vine on floor 5 outside. That was after this really annoying spinner jump, which I would say nerf. If we had some button activated arrows indicating you go to the thingy here, that will not normally do that if you've pressed the button. And then on the final jump, like I said, you'll probably have seen the wind pad and know where to go, but couldn't hurt to just say, like, jump down to the wind pad. Oh wait, there is a beam. Okay, I didn't even notice that though, so I guess that says how effective that is. I mean, that is kind of a nice way of doing that. It's just so easy to miss that, especially because like the skybox in Ring 6 will be white, so that's gonna just like completely blend in. Maybe make it red. Now that I know that, that also helps kind of line that up, because you can just see where the line is vertical. And I still missed the jump. Let's do a shorter and easier tower now. Here's Tower of Nothing, Maybe Something by Jack05378280, difficulty. So this one uses reflectance throughout on these parts, which I think looks nice. One suggestion is make these things like 0.5 transparency or 0.6, because like it's easy to jump to them thinking they're can collide true, but they are can collide false. Be careful, this next jump can overshoot you. There. That's probably the hardest jump at the tower right there, but even then it's not that hard because it's only difficult. Oh, right, yeah. There's that conveyor that is very easy to miss. I'd say make the conveyor beam fully opaque and or change its color and or add a red outline to the conveyor parts or something like that. The reflectance makes it way harder to see the conveyor beam. And also, come on, that's one stud. How is anyone gonna see that? Right, then I want to jump to here. That conveyor is a little easier to see. It would still be nice if that were like fully opaque though. Oh, I can stand there. I'm safe. Wait, no? Oh, go over here, and I did it wrong. Yay! This one is really cool on the atmosphere department. Like with Tower of Mountainous Trials, there's like not a lot of parts when you get higher up. Same thing kind of here, like with the frameless and everything, you'll be able to see the ring very well. So I think I'll put those ones like high up to add to that. And how have I missed that 3 times now? Maybe slow that conveyor down. That would make that less annoying. Speed section. And I fell, because apparently I'm not allowed to glance down at the timer. Speed section for 40-50 seconds. I jumped! Okay, don't mind me just raging at a difficult tower. That's the end. Just, that's the speed section is like the end there. GG, there's the wind pad on a table. Very nice. Now, there is a secret area. If you go underneath here, this thing is actually can collide false, and then you can go down here. Although, then you just get stuck. There's no button progress anyway, but I think just adding like an elevator to escape would be nice. Now it's time for another intense tower. This is Tower of Crazy Climb by Toto5Toto. This one's another wacky frame tower. I think just, it's not really mixed progression. I mean, you don't exactly go up the whole time, but you do go in like the obvious order. But yeah, you can see we're very quickly at an outside, but if you fall here, you can just go back inside, I think. Yeah, there's an opening over here. White buttons activate or deactivate platforms for 1 second. So just kind of jump straight through that, making sure you hit the button. Go down. I think, yeah, technically you could just walk over to here as well. But that exposure kind of is just leads you into going to here again. Wait, did I do something wrong? No, right, with this activated, this is the most important thing that's activated by that button. You go this way. Oh, well, that was a pretty quick green floor, except not actually, because you go over here now, so, okay. Yes, we're kind of far into the tower at this point, but you literally have to redo, like, 5 jumps to get back here, so still pretty low pressure here. Another outside, still not too bad. You just have to redo those 2 floors, because you can get back in if you fell on outside. Right, remember, that is a very quick button timer, so be fast. Walk around, flip in midair. Yes, this tower has cool use of flip blocks. We will see several more as we go on. For instance, don't do that. And there is a skip here you should probably know about. You can skip, like, the whole floor if you go like this and, like, around there. What you're supposed to do is go around this way. Speed boost. Just don't let it take you off guard. That is a speed boost zone also, so while you're not standing in it, or like if you ladder flick above it, you will not have the speed. We're back inside, but if you fall, you will have to redo that outside. Don't use shift lock here, because you're going to end up on climbing animation here. If you use shift lock, you're going to face that way and fall. Okay, actually, it's not that big of a skip now that I see what that actually is, but still probably fix that. Boing. All right, if you fall here, if you react fast enough, you can jump your way back over here. So kind of a net, kind of not. Flip after jumping from the conveyor. The jump is netted. So you got to time that right. If you miss the jump, you get teleported back to here. Okay. 1 second. Analyze this jump before doing it. Right, you're going to want to get the timing just right. Not like that. Jump when it's at like 0.5 probably. Speed section. Warning, this outside has no safety net. So it's kind of a lot to redo at this point, but again, you could just go back inside the tower. So that's nice. Well, that was wrong. Go to the inside here and then jump to there. Okay. Now you want to jump in this zone where there's no blocks in your way. And quickly do that because you don't have a long time. Oh, then this part's fun. And that concludes the speed section. So as long as you get onto that conveyor before you run out of speed, then you're good. Fine, swing, go underneath, that would imply. Yeah, I think that's cool. Go underneath the truss like that. Button progress unlocked. Yippee! 1 second opens that. Okay. That is a conveyor, okay. I think maybe don't make that a conveyor. It's just too easy to miss that. And then you're just gonna get flung off for like no reason. Flick, then flip. Nice. That takes you over to here, and then big conveyor launch. Don't do it just yet, though. Bounce to the conveyor, then go forwards and don't jump. Oh, don't jump. Do you even have to jump off the truss? Can I not just do that? Well, I guess the truss kind of helps align it, but if you're careful, I think you can, yeah, go like that. Theoretically, it is possible to, like, land there. I think I did actually do that. Yeah, I landed here, I think, when I was playing this the first time around. I don't think that should be, like, you can fix it if you want. It's not super important that you do so, though, because it's kind of hard to pull off anyway. Yeah, it doesn't even skip that much. It skips like that short outside, and that's pretty much it. Wrap around to this side, and then flip in the neon part. We're doing another flip block. I did that wrong. Try that again. There we go. Okay, that time I did see the conveyor. Again, just seems like kind of pointless to do that. Although this one doesn't fling you outside the tower. Okay, not quite as bad, but I still think just remove it. Just doesn't really have much reason to be there. Oh, that was wrong. Don't worry, this part is netted. Okay, so if you miss that jump, like, as long as you get close enough to it, you'll be fine. But yeah, it says this part is netted because it's, like, very precise timing. It would definitely not fit on an outside if it weren't netted. But here, I think it's nice. A fun little challenge that shouldn't take that many attempts. Just gotta make sure you keep running straight through. If the timer deactivates for, like, very small amount of time while you're in the air, you'll be okay. Don't use shift lock. Okay. Speed pad. I'm gonna want to jump to there. Okay. It is safety netted. You will have to do that one jump on the outside, though, but it's super easy. Maybe use shift lock on that? Or, like, there we go. Okay. If you ladder flick, that's easier. Hold W. Right. I need to trust the sign. If it gives me permission to just hold W and full send the X pusher, then fine. Okay, if you keep holding W, it still, like, keeps activating those, but you will fall if you're standing still, probably. Yeah, okay. All right, now we're on the final floor on the inside. If you fall here, same punishment as on the yellow floor. Final part here, that's just a flip block, so it's nothing, pretty much. This jump is netted. Oh, well, it is relevant there. Yeah, you gotta jump to the end and then flip block. If you fall there, you go back here, okay. Oh, you don't high jump, you go on this truss. And then final jump. This is the final jump. If you fall, there's a teleporter behind you. Right, okay. This is a good final jump. I like this. The free safety net is good, because it's like, yeah, you gotta be in sitting animation, and then it'll like bounce you. A very unusual final jump, so you'll probably have to try it multiple times, but the free safety net makes it quite fun. Yeah, and there's the wind pad. Or, well, you do that first. Go check my notes real quick. I said X pusher on floor 4 can get stuck and soft lock you. Oh, this, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it'll get stuck right there, and then if you fall and then end up back here, you'll be soft locked, because there's no way to get the X pusher back. You can fix that by just making it not fit perfectly inside here. If you put like a half stud gap or a 1 stud gap, that would fix the problem. We're now going to play the 2 towers submitted by Tired Threer. I did stream these, but per his request, he took some time to update the towers, and now I'll review them again. We'll start with Tower of Relief, easy difficulty. This one you'll notice is kind of frameless. Not really. It doesn't have like semi-transparent walls or anything, but these on the corner kind of make a frame shape. Oh, and there's that too. So avoid that spinner, and you'll go over here where you're going to want to jump up here. Well, that was pretty quick. We're on floor 2 already. Yes, this one is indeed quite short. I don't know if it's the shortest one. It probably isn't, but it's probably like 3rd shortest or something. Also, that button activated those, and black outlines are fading parts, so make sure you go through that quickly. You probably have plenty of time before it respawns. Yeah, it looks like you do. Yeah. Oh, and don't try to needlessly walk around also. You're also going to deactivate that and go through here. Okay, so as I play that, there's like lots of wraparounds and stuff, so this really doesn't feel like easy difficulty. Sure, it's pretty short, but it's definitely not raw difficulty easy. It's probably like raw difficulty hard, honestly. So maybe I could see like high medium being the difficulty of it in-game, based on my opinions. But if you want it to be easy, then you should probably nerf some things. Mostly like wraparounds like this, you wouldn't see like that on an easy tower. You could probably just like add a lot more parts everywhere to make it easier to just walk through it, pretty much. And brief final stretch here, but it's a single wraparound, and there's the wind pad. I'll also say I like the design of this. It definitely still looks like a tower, even though it doesn't have a traditional frame. These geometric designs, well, mostly there, I guess, but I think that looks cool. The main focus of Tired Threer's updates to these 2 towers was the Tower of Clear Ascent, challenging difficulty, our next tower. This is the longest tower, though, submitted to Ring 6. This one previously was, like, very annoying to play through, like, a bunch of cramped gameplay, and it was, like, remorseless difficulty. But anyway, welcome to the tower. Keep these things in mind. We got jump boost zones, so it'll tell you how much it's adding or subtracting from your jump power. Red outlines fade. I don't know what it means by bad teleporter, but I guess we'll figure out soon enough. Right, so that's insta-fade. So you're going to want to do something like that. And you'll jump to here. Notice it says plus 70, or you can't really see it now, but it does say that. And it's green and says plus, so that means it's going to increase my jump power, so I'll do that. Get the button by doing a 180 wrap. Please don't do a 360 wrap. So remember, red outlines fade instantly, and that should say plus 90, but, well, it's green, so was that even visible before? No. It would probably be helpful if you made those button activated parts not have full hide, that way you could see where you're supposed to jump to after that, because it would be like impossible to react to that. Also, I had a plus there. You can just walk around on the ground here, but I don't think you're supposed to be able to, because then you can just like cheese this whole outside. So in game, this will either be over the void or perhaps a teleporter. Flip. Make sure you flip at an appropriate time so that you actually have somewhere to land on. Oh, now I get what it means. Bad teleporter either looks like that or that, and it will make you lose progress. Okay, perhaps the word progress loss teleporter would be a bit more clear. Well, if I'm not stupid, you can do that, and that says flip again. Make sure I will have somewhere to land on, and then that's probably about to destroy the push box, so never mind, that's not what that does. Your jump will be lowered, so wrap quickly for me. Okay, thanks. Scary client object combo. Alright, so notice we got orange, maybe that's to say minus, just saying, that'd be nice for colorblind support, and that's insta-fade, so we're gonna want to jump to there in a quick motion. Jump sideways from the indication on the left. Oh wait, indication? That looks like indication. How about instead of on the left, it says to the left of the sign. These white boxes in here are float zones. Underneath me is a progress loss teleporter with a darker outline on top. Sit, jump, wrap. Sit, jump, wrap. Oh, well. So it's like a net. Okay, got it. We're gonna have a minus 45 jump zone. Do I need to climb down a bit so that, hold on, maybe wait. Hold on. There we go. Don't ladder flick. Button left, button required, not the same button. Are they both required though? This might be a flip block if I were to guess. Yes, and do that without shift lock so you stay in climbing animation. Can I flip here? I think this flip block thing could probably use a nerf because it's like very annoying to time it right. There we go. No, I still didn't get it. There we go. Okay. Yeah, if you just like added a part, well, then you wouldn't even have to jump. How about remove this flip block, put a part there, and then you just jump from there to there. Push, 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 push. Do X pusher slowly. Wait, didn't it say these are downward elevators? Yeah. So hold D across here. Go that way for the first purple button, then this way. Remember, that's a falling thingy. Wait, hold on. No, I'll bet I do that. Well, task failed successfully. Now we got an outside. I assume falling here. Yeah, falling is death. There's another button, so I guess I got both of them now. I probably go back inside, if I were to guess, and then... Oh yeah, go that way and then that way. I have not yet gone this way, so yay! And here we are at floor 3. That is double jump block, maybe? You need a push box to complete the puzzle. Start here, floor 3. There's gameplay this way, so let's see. That's gonna launch me. Boing! Looking for something. Yeah, I'm looking for... What was I looking for? I forgot, honestly. Push box spawner, probably. Oh, I can jump up there. It would appear. I don't think that's what I do, though. Oh wait, talk to the guy. How did that just show up? Hey, didn't think you'd come over here, really. But this section of the tower is still under construction. If you're wondering who I am, I'm the builder of this tower. Why are you up there, though? I don't really know. I'm just getting bored having to wait for it redacted to bring me more parts. That also has activated these parts over here. They weren't there. Suggestion, maybe edit some property of this thing so that... What is it even doing? Why is it, like, behaving weirdly of when I can click that? Enjoy your break. Careful. Jump from the careful sign once you get the push box. Now that's one way not to be careful. Jump on collision, question mark, jump from here and hold W. Oh wait, probably gonna launch myself over there. What does that do? Nothing, apparently. Okay. This seems like a really annoying timing jump. Yeah, am I supposed to get all the way over there? Maybe jump just before collision. Maybe let this X pusher go further away so you can pick up more speed going that way, which will make that easier. A beam might also be helpful too, showing that you're supposed to go that way. But if you just time it right, it's not too bad. Use the seat to jump up. Come back here once you get that button up ahead. Shadow section time. 18 stud wraparound? No, it probably goes up 18 studs. No, it goes up infinitely, I guess. So I can jump on here. There we go. I saw it activate some stuff, so let me head back in that direction that I just saw things activate. Can I get back inside? Doesn't really... Oh wait, yes I can. There's an opening here. Oh, well... Teleports me back, but anyways. Do I have a push box now? No, but these are here. Can I get to that button? No, I have to go around and redo that gameplay going around that way to get to this, which probably spawns a push box. Yes. Pointlessly redoing that gameplay seems a bit unnecessary. What if you add like a part here that lets you just go through like the inside of the floor to get to that? Plus, it seems hard to reach the conclusion that you're supposed to just redo that and go all the way over there, but well, I figured it out luckily. Okay, so I have a push box now. What do I do with it? Is it something to do with these buttons? Oh wait, no, I see. These things over here, I bet are, yes, they're push box color changers, and I get them over to here where I can hit the buttons. It's a bit annoying to get it up that one stud. Maybe make it a half stud or add a wedge or something. Okay, there are all the buttons. I'm seeing some things activated here. I assume these are all the things that were activated by them. You know, would it be really funny if you touch this teleporter? Hint, don't. Let's see what happens. All the way back here. Okay, seat block, yes, and... Welcome to the orange floor. It's floor 4. See that blue part over there? It's like a fading part, but you can hold jump on it. On this next part, see that 45 jump block, so I'm gonna... Yeah, well, I see. Okay, so I can't really hold jump on that, so if I'm in a low jump zone, then I have to go through it in one motion, like that. Just do it right. Wait, can I? What? That almost worked. No, you sort of can, not really. I don't think you're supposed to be able to. But if you are, change the timing of that. Jump off the truss instead of flicking. If you say so. Now, that's a seat block. Figuring that out now. Hold W, okay. And flip block, but look ahead in case I'm gonna wanna, you know, go in shift lock or something. I think I actually will, because I wanna get on there. No, wait. 32. This is probably a speed thingy. Yes. Why isn't the ascent curving? I'm rating this 0 out of 10 on eBay. Never trying this again. Total waste of Robux. Okay, what does that do? Seat. Okay. Go. Flip block, maybe? I don't know why that was... Oh, wait, that was what's supposed to happen. Okay, and then 10 seconds, go back, and that was wrong. Yeah, not gonna lie, that part just feels like a huge difficulty spike, especially because you're gonna have to redo it every time you fail on any of these teleporters, so please nerf. What? Oh, right, yeah, I remember that from the first time I played through this. That, like, prevents you from... When you press that button, this... No, it's been like that. There's a semi-transparent wall I just really can't see at all. That has deactivated. No, I don't do that. I need, there we go. Okay, that's still a time thingy. That resets my jump walk thing. Better get off this quick, but I can't figure out where to go. There's where I go. Suggestions for that part: add arrows or something to help indicate you go over there, and give us more time on that timer so that we can look around and see that. Okay, played ahead on there to figure out what was going on, as in I failed, and now I'm just gonna re-record that so I don't have to, you know, edit failing 600 times. You're gonna jump like to there. You don't really have to hit that fading part, but what we do wanna do is land on the seat here. Then quickly go like this, flip, land there, start holding space here, and then in one motion go like that, and hit that button, and then get off the seat. You gotta do that quick so that this is still like on the seat cooldown thing, so you don't go into sitting animation on there. And that was wrong. By the way, if you fall after hitting that button, you just kind of get trapped here. This floor just feels like a loop-failing nightmare waiting to happen, so nerf it. Probably it would be a big help to just have this teleporter send you back to like here. Okay, you're gonna want to end up there and go on this truss. Was that right? Unintentional shortcut. You should probably fix that. Why would that? Okay. Yeah, that's just unexpected to have that happen. Probably just put a line of elevators instead of any that like launch you over there. Or put a part there so that you hit a wall down. Fading parts. Ooh, fading part elevator thing? That's pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Just make sure I time right. I did it right. Let's go. Okay, yeah, I fluked that. This is too hard. I don't go there. What? I don't even see anything that activated. Oh, I go that way. Yeah, give us like 60 seconds on that, because like you gotta look around so much. And please, no flip block jump. That's so annoying to time that. And maybe also deactivate the timer if you fall, because then you just have to sit here in shame for 20 seconds. Oh wait, but once you get here, the button timer doesn't matter anymore. Okay, I guess once you figure that out, that's not so bad, but it's just gonna be a loop-filling nightmare, and that is just not challenging at all. Okay, so safety net, at least. I mean, there's more loop-filling to happen. Fading platform speeds, also a refresher. So, like, red is longer fade time, blue is shorter. So, like, the cool colors I should... Wait, if you fall here, you go all the way back here. Please give us a full safety net. Okay, if you, like, alternate sides on here... I think that's kind of what you're supposed to do, but there you get like the double layered blocks so that you can jump on those ones multiple times. Again, it's like this is good use of the client objects, but it's like just way too hard for a challenging tower, and even at like a higher difficulty, it's just so annoying at times. Like even if eventually I'm able to get it, like I still keep falling. Like I would loop fail this so bad. But those activate these trusses, and you're supposed to go like through here. And then you go this way, and then, yeah. Is this enough time? I guess we're about to find out. What is that? Oh, right. Bad seats, it had said. Don't fall here. Well, duh. There we go. Jump. I'm gonna hit that teleporter. Maybe Oh, I do that. Okay, I get it now. Need help? Climb to the top of the ladder. Hold W and A on the ladder and slowly push. Okay, so if I do that, then it does that. So I'm gonna wanna like go above. Can I can do that carefully. Luckily that part's netted for now. Okay, there. If I just don't suddenly stop it, I should be okay. And I see a truss I want to get to. What if I just do that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now for one of these. There we go. Finally, I did it right. Only took me 3,000 attempts. You need a button to unlock this wall, but make sure to avoid the insta-kills. Hint, reverse head hitter to the speed pad. Why are there insta-kills on a challenging tower? Wait, I want to avoid just losing that. Okay, so... What? Yeah, what? Oh, wait, no, I go this way. I'm stupid. Okay. Okay, so this thing is ice. Let me go like that and then jump. No, that was wrong. One way or another I did it. Either way works. Now go back. This is a lot of signs to be reading on a timer. Okay, new things have activated over here, so I can go this way. That is now there, so I don't have to do a crazy insta-kill wrap. I think it's okay that I don't have the speed anymore. There's 20 seconds. I think I can go this way now. Yeah, we got some purple platforms. I'm impressed. I'll stop talking, take a break for now. Okay, so this I can hold space on, right? Yes. Then I need to make that disappear, and I'll wait for it to turn red to be sure that it's fully gone. Then that one was like a slower fading, right? So I should probably just look ahead anyway. I think I want to go like this and then like this. Okay, I think I'm supposed to like deactivate that and then jump there, but then I hit the teleporter above, except when I'm trying to make a point that it does that. Yeah, see, like it just does that. So maybe lower that a little bit. But you can also just high jump there. That works too. Let's see, that's going to be fading, so I'm going to want to go like that, and I'll need to go sideways or along the edge. I'll do that because that seems easier. Okay, now that was like, was that like a green teleporter? Yes, good luck, player. Okay, this is the final floor. Alright, these were insta-fades, right? What happens if I fall? What? This is something new. Is it like a recovery obby? Your punishment for falling is you have to do this to go back. Yeah, okay, it's easy, but... Oh, wait, but it's back to floor 7, not floor 8. Crazy hard jump, okay. And it's not over safety net, so awesome. That's gonna be a flip block, I think. You can kind of make out the glue texture. And then I need to get there? What? Oh, see, never mind. Okay, that makes that a lot easier. Now these are gonna slowly go down. I'm gonna want to go underneath this teleporter after I fall down. There we go. But be careful. Because, yeah, kind of use that, yeah. If I were to just try to walk off, it'll do something weird and unpredictable, so better to, like, inch forward midair. Roblox physics, I don't know, man. Those fade, so just run across. And now I go back up here to get flung into the teleporter. I'm supposed to do that. That's just begging to fling you. I would know because that just happened. Please fix. Okay, you can high jump there. You shouldn't have to do that, though. Well, you don't if you want to risk getting flung by funny physics. Insta-fades, and that's going to teleport me. Tread lightly. What happens if I fall? Back to floor 7. What's going on there? That's a fading part again, just like all the other white platforms. Don't touch them. Why? Oh, it means that those things. Are they insta-kill? Probably. No, it's just a lot of progress lost. So I do want to hit this to get the jump boost. Let me use shift lock to go through there. And I can stand on that ledge, make that disappear. Wait, that's not a ledge, that's a ladder. Okay, so maybe deactivate that and then try to jump through quickly. Or just awkwardly go around the one stud ladder, which is just always gonna be so janky. But trying to wrap around through that 2 stud gap as you like ladder flick, that's no easier either. Okay, there, fine, whatever. Please nerf that. Okay, go like that, go like that. There's more? I thought I was, like, close to the end. I thought that was the final stretch. Apparently not. Oh, wait, maybe that is. I think that is the end. Do this 14 stud jump K things. Wow, okay, great. The fading does not mean you can just walk across, but it's not actually 14 studs, because that would be impossible. You win. Farewell. Alright, well, it was good nerfing for the first, like, 3.5-ish floors, but like the second half of this and beyond was still just like so annoying to do. It's just, to me, it feels like remorseless or insane difficulty, definitely not challenging at all, and it's just begging to be a loop fail nightmare. And there's just like so many difficulty spikes like this part, and many of those difficulty spikes aren't over a safety net. So what I suggest doing is just a whole lot of nerfs. You can even do more nerfs down here, but this like second half is what really needs it. Might be worth doing too, to just like cut out chunks of gameplay to just give you more space in here, because it feels really cramped too. That being said, the things this tower did well, I really like the design. You know, we don't have 8 boxes straight up. They're like offset from each other, and all 6 sides, I guess, are semi-transparent. The lighting change halfway through, that was cool too. And that also contributes to design from a distance, especially with the nighttime effect that I just activated somehow. With all these red outlines, that looks really cool. Finally, here's a remorseless difficulty tower by Tihu Ah PLPL. This is, I refuse to believe that this isn't a tower. Upon joining the game, you might be inclined to say, there's nothing here. Well, turn around, it's right there. I refuse to believe that this isn't a tower. Alright, you begin here, and then you already begin with a interesting purist type thing. So what you have to do is get like your foot on this part, and then you can trust flick. I did it wrong because of course I did. You know, if you just line it up right, that's how you do that. Because the way a trust flick works is when you turn your camera quickly like that, the game thinks I'm standing on top of that part, and then I can use that to jump through there. If say I tried to do that just in the middle of the truss like here, there's no part for like my feet to go on. And wall hops work pretty much the same way. Like, you know, this is just one part. Never mind, apparently it's not. But well, there's no like horizontal seams like in the middle here, so you know, if I wall hop, it doesn't do anything. But if there were, I could like stand on the part on the bottom. Okay, now you can follow this arrow. If you look over there, there's a part right there. Jump to it Yay. Then you're going to want to wrap to here, and it's going to say truss behind. So you go over to here and investigate. There is indeed a truss right there. Can't really see it, but now you can. And then, you can't fit through that space. You're going to have to go around, I think. Now you want to go on this truss, and then over there. Okay, back inside for the moment, but, you know, you alternate between inside and outside, like a whole bunch. And I do like how you did that. It contributes to the design from a distance as well, because you got all these outsides, because you go to one constantly. Oh, here's an X pusher. Cool, but where do I go? I guess through there. And jump down, figure out where to go. I don't think you can fit through that space, or can you? Not if I get cylinder physics. Whatever I just did seemed to work. Okay, cool. Watch your head. Okay. Oh, yeah, see, because that's there. So make sure you wrap wide so as to not run into that. Why did I think there was like a semi-transparent wall there? I'm hallucinating things again. Okay, we're at the halfway point. Well, are we? Almost. We'll say like here is the halfway point because now I'm definitely on this floor. Now, a suggestion I had was make that part, well, both of these can collide true, or remove them. Because what those lead me to believe is that they're there so that in the same way as down here, I can like truss flick. You know, they're there to let me truss flick, but in reality, you can't. Because what you're supposed to do is not truss flick onto there. If I could simply do it right, there we go. I and probably most other people tend to like prefer truss flicking rather than just jumping off. So on one of them where you're supposed to jump off rather than truss flicking, but if it looks like I'm supposed to truss flick, then that's a problem. So don't put that there so that there's no way people would think to truss flick. Maybe that's just me though, I don't know. That says /E dance 2. All right, there. I actually made the jump. Okay, that seems like it would be way too hard. Nonetheless, that is probably a difficulty spike, just not quite as much as you might think. Nerf plus, with like a larger platform to land there, would do the job. And then follow this truss and face towards it to go into climbing animation as needed. Indication suggestion is add a beam or arrow showing you go that way and not what I initially thought to do, which was go that way. Okay, and then you're going to want to go in climbing animation there. We're on the next floor. That one was surprisingly long, but the last couple are slightly shorter. Okay, and then walk down to there and wrap to there. And here we have another one of these. This one is real. That tried to funny trust me. Did you see that? Naughty, naughty. Yeah, see, we got to the next floor already. So that one was much shorter than that one. Wrap around the cylinder onto here. Yeah, I see more platforms and an arrow. That's typically a good sign. First person might be best for this next jump. Maybe. How are you even supposed to get to there? There, I made it. Went into no clip immediately thinking I failed it. That time I did it right though. Well, are we almost done? I think we are. Because you'll notice the inside of the last two floors are pretty much empty. Let's see. I'm going to want to wrap around that. Go outside. Yes. And I think that's the end. You just go up here and there's the wind pad. Nice. Alright, so good purist gameplay, mostly. There are a couple of client objects, like X pushers. And I sort of mentioned with the outsides, how it contributes to design from a distance. I like also the contrasting, like, black outline to the frame you've added, and the kind of brighter colors elsewhere. The reflectance looks nice too. And there you have it, all 21 towers reviewed. There's one more tower for Ring 6 though, and that's my tower, Tower of Star Spangled Banner. I've yet to build this one, but it'll be medium difficulty, and it's America themed for the 4th of July, the day I'll post its building video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos or live streams. Again, the deadline for final submissions is Saturday, July 5th, 2025. If you're interested in submitting a tower for a future area of SMToH, join the Discord, link in the description. With all that said, I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.